There are some tempting things right now in Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm talking about these two events. Okay? So, the Victorious Titan event starts in 12 hours, and the Verdant Deck of Fate has already begun. With that also being said, Awakening Boost, Perfect Soul. We have one Eternal Soul Stone. Okay. So, in order to clear a Deck of Fate, you need 40,000 points. Most of the time it's 40,000 points. Because I calculate a little bit quick, how much is this? This is 44,000 points. And let's go talk a little bit about Deck of Fate already. We've skipped, I think we've saved for about 3 months. Alright? We have skipped the Assassin's Creed Deck of Fate, which was a guaranteed legendary. And then we have skipped 2 other Deck of Fates, which was just kind of materials, okay? And this would be the second one. When it comes to Deck of Fate and how I want to use my souls, specifically for people who don't like swipe their cards every other day, this is my thought process. If it's not a champion that I really want, then I'm skipping on it. Alright? I really don't care that much. I mean, I do care about the perfect souls. It would be really nice. But you know, this is also another thing. This might sound stupid, but I don't really value perfect souls that much. Let me explain why. I feel like I'm still in the process of needing key champions, whether they're awakened or not. So there's a lot of champions that I want to fill on my roster. And so instead of spending the resources of getting a perfect soul for a champion that, I mean, is one of my main champions, which would be really nice, I rather want to increase my roster with champions that would help me out way more than an awakening on one champion. Does that make sense? So that is why I'm holding. That is why I'm not gonna pull. Anyway, if we collect some points during like artifacts and accessories, great, perfect. But other than that, if we would have pulled this, we wouldn't have been able to like clear a Deck of Fate for the the next one coming up. When that is, I don't know, but I'll give one example of when it's so worth it. Hilvi was a Deck of Fate. And we had resources to get her, so when we wanted her, we bam snapped it up like easy. We have the resources, boom, buy her because she's so worth it. This for resources, hell freaking no, bro. Like, okay, we can get some. What can we get? We can get some ancient shards. We can get some like material, like crafting mats and stuff like that. A void shard, a primal shard. I can get a primal shard from Lyrina. I can get a bunch of void shards from Doom Tower. Nah, you're not. You're not enticing me with any of these. So mythical skill tome, kind of cool, but we only have one mythical. So that being said, it's an easy skip for me, guys. Already here, I kind of want to know: are you guys going for it? What's your mindset of Deck of Fates in general? Do you value the the awakenings, or are you in a stage where I am, where you value champions more than a 6-star perfect soul? So that is the first thing. Now, when it comes to the other thing, the Victorious Titan event, so this ties in a lot with Pelops. And you can get Pelops, I believe, up to 5-star soul. We are summoning Pelops. So like, if you're not going for Pelops, this whole Titan thing, I feel like is kind of like whatever. Like, just get what you can get. If there's like a primal shard in there, cool, get it. But you know. But we are going for him, and we're close to getting him. But a 5-star for Pelops. So Pelops is a guy who really needs stats. That being said, and this is kind of why I'm like, on the edge of why did I go for him. He looks super cool, right? He's a fusion. I think it's because he's a fusion and he's the anniversary of fusion. I kind of wanted him because we skipped out on Fabian because we were too early game back then. So I kind of, that is why I'm going for him. That being said though, the Magma Shield is kind of nice. This can hit really hard if you stack up a lot of debuffs. The passive is kind of nice though. Whenever an enemy attacks, this champion has a 100% chance of placing HP burn debuff on that enemy for 2 turns. That specifically, also whenever an enemy attacks, this champion also has a 50% chance of placing a petrification debuff on that enemy for 1 turn. Like the one thing that I'm like interested in with his kit is the HP burn, like attacking with HP burn. But the thing is, I'm starting to get a lot of champions that can place a lot of HP burns. We have Hilwy, we have Skrank, we have a couple more that I can't really think of right on top of my head. We have Sinesha, I believe it's called. So we have a bunch of HP burns, but the HP burn kind of like, okay, whenever he gets attacked, that's kind of nice. Like he would be pretty good in the spider, I would assume. The Magma Shield is kind of nice. You have the Volcardic Heart that sort of like is like also places the Magma Shield. But the thing with him is like every 3 turns he can place another Magma Shield. You have, well, I believe with the Volcardic Heart you have like what is it? It's like at the start of your round and that's it, isn't it? Rare places a 10% Magma Shield buff on all allies 2 turns at the start of the battle. Also places 10% Magma Shield buff on the wearer for 2 turns whenever they lose 25%. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. No, I would rather have Volcardic Heart than Pelops. Like, honestly. That being said, when I valued him, like when we've gone through the value and stuff, like how important is he gonna be for me? As you can hear from my own opinion, Pelops is not gonna be a game changer for me. He's gonna be a kind of nice to have, but definitely not need to have. And do you really want to go for a 5-star soul for that guy? I tell you this, guys, my sort of account specifically now, I am very aware of my resources. I'm trying to be very careful where I spend, and where I spend I try to make sure that it is worth it. Again, Hilwy, Deck of Faith, an example. So I think I'm gonna lowball. I'm gonna ignore Deck of Fate, and with the Victorious Titan event, I honestly think we might pick up a little bit of resources here and there, but I don't know. If we get a 1-star soul, cool. 5-star soul, I guess. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Guys, let me know in the comments how you guys are gonna plan for this. Are you gonna go with for the 5-star soul? There is a specific relic. There's 2 relics coming in there as well in that event. Let me pull them up a little bit quick here. We actually have one of them already, the epic one. Where can we find that? Okay, so we have Thunderbolt Spear that you can get. Rare deals 10% more damage to enemies under shield buffs. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. And we don't have a Thunderbolt Spear, so that's a little bit interesting. But it also depends on how much resources will it take in order for us to get this. Okay, Howling Guardians. I think we have a couple of these actually. Decrease the damage the most injured ally receives from bosses by 5%. The wearer receives the damage instead. This relic will only activate once per team. I mean, okay, this is kind of obvious, but like, give me Catscase, please. Give me Volcardic Heart, please. Give me Stormcaller, please. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely other relics that are useful, but like, I don't know, I'm not that tempted to like for that as well. Also, there's always bigger events coming up, and I kind of just want to save for the next big thing. We're not pulling many shards as well. Like, we're gonna save up. We've got a bunch of void shards recently, which is really nice, but we're lacking behind. This is from the anniversary. We were zeroed out here, and we've like sort of accumulated up again. But we're gonna save. We're gonna save until we get a really nice and ideally guaranteed event. then we'll go all out. Then we're gonna bankrupt ourselves once again. For free though, not swiping. Guys, let me know, how are you gonna do it? Are you gonna go for it? Are you not gonna go for it? Are you going for Pelops? Or are you not going for Pelops? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. I put out videos every 3 days, kind of. Sometimes 2, sometimes 1, depending on my schedule. But yeah, if you like this sort of content, let me know with a subscribe and a like. I would appreciate that a lot. I've gotten a lot of love recently as well, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.